What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 15 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Bhashiva the White Tiger Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, the writhing fortress capital of Archaon has fallen and he has down to one settlement and, by the looks of it, 0 armies. This puts him in a pretty precarious position for obvious reasons, though it does also do the same to us, as with the enemies of the Dolgan now weakened, the Dolgan will eventually most likely strike out at us, especially with more and more armies of theirs being positioned on our borders. Unsurprisingly, mind you, but it is something that we have to watch out for. And in terms of what we have to do this particular time, or this particular turn, I do believe we still have buildings remaining, and maybe a few moves. I moved all the heroes between the episodes, but that's about it. So, let's see who else we have here. Recruiters, yes, you with the building, you definitely need to move. So, Blood Peak, what do we have here? Let's keep upgrading the Warden Arsenal for as long as we have it. Gotta get those capacities up. You are good here with the Ancient Giant Lands, and Karak Vrag, by the looks of it, is good as well. And the growth here is actually pretty nice, so we will continue being able to upgrade it fairly shortly. And we also have to keep in mind that we'll soon have Ironclaw Tiger Warriors, which means deliveries to be made to both Bhashiva and to Gandari, though the latter, of course, is very far. He'll probably have to loop around back this way to fight the rats, most likely, as, you know, we're not staying out of the war with them. But we have to take care of the Warhost of the Apocalypse and the Cool first, so there is that. I wonder how strong these guys are. Like, whether it actually warrants a fight, but we'll see. Alright. Other than that, let's see what other buildings we have here. We really need more money flowing in. I mean, I know this looks fine, but if we go for minus 5,000, it'll be gone in a flash. Let's upgrade the cattle ranch for additional growth. You have the money, and therefore we will buff you up with additional growth as well. Now this is nearly completed, the Dragon Armory, so that's looking good to me. What do we have here? Gates of Jar. We will upgrade you next turn. Gormadni Mountains. Yes, definitely the Stonemason's Workshop. Definitely the Archer Towers. Or we could wait the turn and make it a little bit cheaper, though I am a little bit wary when these guys are going to attack us, so I think we have to get a head start on the turns right now. Then, we could go for the money building here, we could go for the growth building here, we could go for the control building here. Any one will go nicely, but I think the control might be the more critical one right now. Even though this does provide us a little bit of garrison, the negative control will eventually be too irritating. And hopefully we can counteract it. Anyway, the Riding Fortress we'll leave as it is because we're trading it. We might want to build some more military stuff there, and we may do so, but for now we're okay. We could, I suppose, build some cheap-ish. But they only take one turn, so we'll leave them alone for now. Yeah. Alright, what about the Howling Wastes? The Black Fortress we are keeping, but we will want to build up that Peasant's Stables. The Leader's Pillar and the White Tiger Shrine are not expensive, so we're able to build them immediately. And the other things that we want to build here are the defenses, the archer platforms, and the Sky Lantern lookouts. And there's other stuff, obviously, especially since this would give us 2 capacities, and the Heavenwing Roost would give us another Astromancer capacity, of which we need a lot. It's a nice thing about capturing a Tier 4 settlement, but for now we'll leave it alone. And then the Pillar of Skulls will similarly probably be traded, but we can't deal with the public order thing right now, so we'll leave it alone similarly. Okie dokie. Then there is some stuff that we wanted to do here. Namely, there is an army that we are looking to generate here, at least in part. Though a lot of the units would actually need to be, you know, delivered from our recruiting province, which might take a fair bit, but we need to get the army started, which I suppose would be a new lord. So, armies of Xiangyang. Let's increase the... Ooh, actually, let's take a look at the jamming goals here. Clan Molder and Crooked Moon. Leave those alone for now. Let's increase our army capacity by 1 for now. And then we'll pop in a new Tiger Warrior Sawai here, a Dragon Gate. Let's say you, a Tharv. And, 3,000 gold to get the money back. Beautiful. Then I would like you to go into a March stance, not ambush stance, like so. And I would like to grab this and trade away this. 4 to... I mean, I guess you can keep the cannons. I'm just a little bit worried about the attack also happening here. Alright, trade these 2 peasants and these 2 peasants. Right. Trade away the wardroom as well. Unfortunately, but eventually we'll be able to get the wardroom back. Oh, and this would allow us, in theory, to keep the ranged peasants. Or do we want to keep... Well, we're keeping the... Yeah, let's do this for now. It's all temporary anyway. You will want to go into Dragon Gate, and then you will want to go here. There is Zinchen corruption here, unfortunately, but that's probably because of something these guys did. You pop into this army. Like so, and then obviously we'll need some, since it's the Tiger Warrior Sawai, and their only purpose, or their only buffs are specifically for the Ironclaw Tiger Warriors, we'll need to get some Ironclaw Tiger Warriors for obvious reasons. And then you will need to march back here. Like so. Oh, maybe I should have left you there, as you would then not have taken so much attrition, or we would not have lost as much money, rather, over the end turn, but all good. You need to keep building, I guess, more Tiger Warrior Stalkers. Again, we're just using them as a garrison here, so it doesn't really matter what you have. Frankly, we're probably not going to use the Sawai as defensive lords, simply because the Lord Magistrates have the upkeep reduction trait, which would make the army free, and the additional ammunition would also help the Tiger Warrior Stalkers have even more ammunition. So if anybody attacks, they would just have a bad time against all of those discs. They do have firewall smoothing, right? Yes, they do. Okay, good. Alright, anybody else need to do anything now that you guys are in position? I think we're okay, minus the minus 508, but that will be reduced as soon as these buildings are constructed. Oh, especially the one that reduces... Oh, right, that's why I kept you here. Because this place does not have the upkeep reduction thing, but it is also not as well defended as this, so we'll need to do a switcheroo between these guys, but only in a little bit. So it's probably a good idea that we sent the peasants there. Anyway, we can take the hit, at least for now, in terms of cash. Otherwise, we can skip on by and ignore the rest of this outpost things and such, end the turn, and then see what happens. Alright. Oh, you're gonna suffer attrition?
Master of the province.
But by the looks of it, these guys will survive. If just barely. I guess we could trade it for like a full HP unit and then just give it back later, because then the attrition that full HP unit suffers does not matter all that much. Yeah, maybe, why not? Let's do this. You and you for you and you, the Jade Warrior crossbows. And they can take a bit of attrition. And I don't really care about the single peasant long spear unit. Alright, good enough for me. Now we can end the turn. And hope that the Dolgan don't declare war on us. Hope that Bhashiva's ambush works out against the Legion of... No. Does not work out against the Legion of Asgore. Oh, that's going to be so annoying with them positioned in two places and us being unable to currently move an army to defend the Black Fortress. Well, another army, since Bhashiva's currently there. Archie, you want peace now, buddy? That's not happening. Shouldn't have randomly declared war on us, though we weren't doing anything to annoy you at the time. And... okay, yeah, the Dolgan do capture this. Okay, that's what we wanted. I was worried for a second that they had actually captured or raised it instead. Now, ready for duty. An Astromancer. Was this a tech thief that died? Yes, it was. Alrighty, so you try to steal tech from Jarna Grund immediately. And try not to immediately die. Wait, you're not a bureaucrat, are you? Stop. No, you're a fervent questioner. Oh, Caravan got completed. Which one was that? It's not the important one that gives us the relic, it's the Raja Caravan. I'm actually surprised that it managed to reach wherever it was going. Good job, Raja Caravan. Good job indeed. I also note that we have no Iron Favor, no Iron Favor, no Iron Favor from the easy-to-reach locations. Oh, this is all just money. What the heck? Look at that. There's no... it's all money. No more Iron Favor. Oh, that's not good. We need more Iron Favor, game. How dare you? Caravan was a big source of it. Well, that's a crying shame. Huh. Wait, what? I'm confused. And when we select a guy, it just doesn't show what we get out of it. Oh, there it does. Oh, now it has Iron Favor. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what it would look like that, but okay, so never mind. No, nobody panicked. I panicked enough for all of us. Let's Steel Tech first. Steel Tech, try not to fail and die a second time.
My calculations were correct.
I guess I kind of expected him to fail and die because I opened my big mouth, but no, we're okay, at least for now. You, Feng Huo, you will do the same thing here, and you will also succeed. Wow, 2 successes in a row. It's fantabulous. You will eventually need Trusted Counsel to get the research rate, and it will unlock at rank 12. Okay, we're way off. Go for Wound or Block Army. Both are all decent options if enemies start trying to assassinate us, so yeah. Alrighty. Oh, tech. I believe I said we were going to go for the military stuff because we were ramping up military construction time. Or just military construction in general. And there's other useful aspects to it as well. Alrighty. Quick save. Let's check the armies of Xiangyang. And no crash this time. Maybe the patch fixed it. Oh wow, we can get 2 jet lions by eliminating Throg. Unfortunately... Yeah, eliminate Throg. Thanks, game. Thanks. Thanks. This is possible. They learned absolutely nothing. Nothing whatsoever from the way that they implemented bounties for ogres. Like, what is this? It would take like 20 turns just to travel over there, much less kill Throg. Ridiculous. Anyway, Tiger. Yes, I take it personally. We'll have to mill this, because there ain't no way. Alright, and goodbye. Sadly, because I wanted those jet lions. Okay, Crooked Moon we'll keep for now. Clan Molder, we are going to fight, but probably not right now. So you know what? I'd rather mill it as well. We'll leave the Crooked Moon one, though. Because it seems more likely. Man, fulfill Zhao Ming's goals has been, frankly, kind of ridiculous throughout this campaign. But anyway. Trying to fulfill them all to get to the final tier. Best as I can, anyway. And how? You are supposed to join the rest of the armies. You are a martial artist, but you know what? I'm going to use you as a scout. Well, I was about to say use you as a scout. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll use you as a scout. I just want to see if an army is approaching us from this direction. It seems to make sense to me. Now, the problem, one of the problems is we still haven't identified these guys. These guys are still at war with these guys. And I wanted to potentially trade them the Writhing Fortress out of curiosity. How much is it worth? 85, a fair bit. And a lot of money as well. But there's nobody here that we could get them to fight. We just beast out with Molder, so that won't work. So basically, we will try to wait a turn or two, and it may or may not force us into a war with them before we wanted to, or before we planned to at any rate. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. That means you guys can all travel together while encamped. You have been admittedly spending a lot of time in the Chaos Waste, which ain't so great, but there's not much we can do about it right now. Alright, go like this. May have to suffer a turn of attrition anyway. And actually, you know what? There's gonna be some switcheroo stuff here. Gandari, you... okay, wait. Muji is supposed to take command of this army, minus the loss of the Vanguard deployment, but it won't matter if they just level up one more time, meaning he's okay. You are inured, and thusly you... Okay, let's see if I can do this correctly. Go here.
Indeed.
Talk to this army. You want to take all of this. Not the artillery. This guy's our artillery lord, so he's going to keep that. He is also going to keep the bandits of the Silver Road. We will keep the gate master. We will trade away... Wait, 21. Huh? Oh. No, wait, you're supposed to have the gate... Wait. Supposed to keep these guys... What? There's an extra unit? What's the extra unit? Oh. The gate master is the extra unit. No, it isn't. 1, 2, 3. This is all fine. What am I doing wrong here? You're supposed to keep the fire rain rockets, and you're supposed to keep... Oh, that's it. Empress Crowman. There we go. Okay. I knew I was doing something wrong, but I couldn't quite tell what it was. There we go. Now, you will command this army as a tactician. And as soon as you get that Vanguard deployment re-upped, you'll be good. Though keep in mind, the army will be a lot weaker than it was under Chu Du, which is unfortunate, but he'll be commanding a new army, and it'll be a lot easier with him at a high rank. Then you, Gandari, will trade to Chu Du one of the war drums, all the grand cannons, though I might actually give Gandari some grand cannons, to be perfectly honest. Maybe not this many, but the ones that are being ranked up should go into the artillery guys. Definitely the Nangao Grenadiers will keep the Empress Crowman because they cause explosions, and Gandari can keep these guys, and they'll both move around as half armies, at least for now. One of the alchemists is supposed to be with Gandari, and then Chidu is gonna want 2 alchemists, both of the poison variety, though, because it has ambush success chance, Gandari will want one to keep as well. And I think that's good for now, minus any global or local recruitment. Not allied recruitment, I want to do global recruitment. Ah, but we can't do this. How many turns will it take to build grand cannons from global? Only 2 turns. Okay, good. So you can actually sit there. We can also maybe build some temporary sky junks, because eventually we will want to replace them with a sky... I will build some sky lanterns, because later we'll want to replace them with sky junks, but, you know, eventually. Alright, I'm happy with that, at least for now. We'll leave the Writhing Fortress as it is. And we'll see about the war declarations. Next up, Bhashiva. Oh, your ambush didn't fail. But these... Okay, what the heck is that? The ambush didn't fail, but they didn't even try to attack Black Fortress? But they would have won it. Okay, so this is just the AI being obnoxious and secretly knowing that we're actually there. We probably could catch this guy. At the same time... Huh. Well, that's interesting. A moment. If Malkrad manages to take the Sentinels... Huh. We would, in theory, be able to trade the Ogres the Black Fortress, granted the loss of a high-tier location, but be able to trade it to them, most likely for a full-fledged alliance, and thereby access to Ogre units. I'm going to say there's potential for it. Quite a bit of it, in fact. And these no longer like each other very much. Yeah. Okay, I like that. Bhashiva. In that light, you will switch to stalking stance and attempt to ambush Yoba's Heinjar. Successfully, mind you, and auto-resolve it. Then, the little white tiger reinforcements, or the tiger warrior reinforcements. Not a lot of them, mind you, but apparently with the Celestial General. Go figure. We'll take the money, because we should heal in our own territory anyway. Then... we have recovered, meaning if we go into ambush, I was hoping to get just close enough to Black Fortress to go into ambush again in case these guys do attempt to come down here. Maybe we can still go right here. I think we're close enough. Can't quite tell. We can't go into ambush anyway. Alrighty, so just go here. Like this, we will also have to maintain distance, or close enough distance to the Sentinels to attack it and take it if Malkrad fails to do so. But if he doesn't, if he does take it, this works out very nicely for us. Yes. Okay, I'm reasonably happy with this. Oh, I also gotta make sure... Wait. Bhashiva... Wait. In vanilla, Caravan of Blue Roses causes poison attack imbuement, right? But in theory, the Blades of Xiangyang should override it, unless I'm mistaken, so we should be good. Anyway, I was gonna send out Tony the Tiger to do caravan things again. Now, the problem is, where do we send him? I guess Karazakarak? It would travel to the Skaven territory, but we should have just enough time to go there at least once before they redeclare war. And much as the money would be nice, especially with this nonsense, it's probably the safest place to go. And it's more iron favor than we'd get at Castle Drakenhof. There is also plenty to be had at Frozen Landing, but we'd similarly have to go through Skaven territory to do it, so frankly it makes no difference one way or another. This at least goes to the Tower of Gorgoth. Admittedly, it does hit the node here, but as long as the Skaven don't talk about it, it won't matter. So I guess that's what you're doing, buddy. Go. Good luck, Tony. You're one of our strong caravans, though, so you shouldn't, in theory, just randomly die. Alrighty, builders. What do we have here? Nothing for one turn. Well, actually, yes, something. Dragon Armory, more capacities. Here we have nothing, however. But I'm willing to bet Karak Vreg, I would have lost that bet. There is nothing there, and in fact, next turn we will need to recruit, but you cannot be the recruiter, meaning we'll need to use more iron favor to get another lord on field. And who can we use as a recruiter that would be decent? I guess we could pick one of the random magistrates, since we were going to have them garrison the... wall anyway. The Great Bastion, rather. And thusly... yeah, no further lettered, guys. Alright, let's increase the capacity. Let's quick save before heading to the... there we go, the armies of Xiangyang, since the game might get angry, like so. Then, oh, there goes all our iron favor. Then we will at least temporarily summon this guy as a recruiter. It would be better to defend the bastion. Casualties captured, leadership, melee attack. You're never going to be strong, so it probably doesn't matter. I guess weapons specialist or violent. Frankly, all of these are terrible traits. Maybe hero self-defense chance, just because if you're going to be garrisoning the bastion anyway, and I'm not expecting you to fight, especially if you're on your lantern, this is going to be specially useful. Well, I guess if you're on your lantern, you could do this. Alright, fine, let's do that then. Alright, and you will be recruiting the other units as soon as this guy's done. But we have to wait until A, this is complete, and B, we got 7 turns. Meaning, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 buildings. We have to head in the other direction towards Yang in order to increase the recruitment capabilities, at least temporarily. It's going to cost us some money, but it'll be worth it. So, the only ones we can't switch are these because we need the defenses. So you will be switched, you will be switched. You will not be switched, but you will be switched, and you will be... You will be switched, and you will be switched, meaning we will recruit in 2 turns. This makes sense to me. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. The important buildings are not switchable. And then hopefully this, at least to some degree, takes us out of the wrong harmony, at least briefly. And then we start pumping out Ironclaw Tiger Warriors at long last. Taken a little bit, but that makes sense. They are pretty darn elite units, especially with the buffs that we have for them. I'm also wondering, wait, did we save any money doing this with a builder? Wait, 788, just out of curiosity. I don't know if switching buildings is, it's applicable, the money thing. So we're about to find out. Go, go, go. And 394, ah, damn it, okay, my bad, I hadn't thought that it would actually reduce the cost, but it has. Let's save a little bit of cash. Fortunately, that was pretty quick and easy. Alright, good enough. At least good enough for now. And I also noticed that you've leveled up. Inspiring Presence to level up very slightly faster. You could boost income, I guess, since you're a bureaucrat. And then what can you do? Cleanse Corruption is useless. Training, maybe? Assuming that this applies to lords, which it might. Sure. Oh, I also just had a thought. Bhashiva, your Gatemaster needs to leave your army and then get back into the army. The Astromancer does not, but the Gatemaster does, because it's currently not applying the preparedness drills. So we currently have 69, nice, but we will now have 75 melee defense. Beautiful. It'll actually go higher, because these guys will probably be punted to another army. Oh! Huh. I had a thought about that. Alright, I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, that'll be for a specific army. Because, well, Bhashiva does have to have the best, because she's our, you know, the legendary lord of the campaign. Anyway, you go here, and I noticed that the Dolgan army has left, so I'm almost tempted to get out of Dragon Gate for now. Assuming that they can't hit this. Because this will save us approximately, let's see. Yeah, 3,000 gold or 2,000 gold, or whatever the heck that was. You can sit in Dragon Gate. And you can get a few more garbage peasants, just recruited for now. But at the same time, we'll build the Tiger Warrior thing and then construct the next Tiger Warriors for the Bastion Defenders afterwards. Again, I really like the idea of having them be Bastion Defenders. I think it'll work out well. Madav starts at rank 11 now. Very nice. You are a Claw Speaker of Shadows, which I was going to put in a particular army, but damn me if I remember which one it was. I think it might be the Artillery Army. Because I think Tiger Warrior Stalkers would work nicely in the artillery army to guard the units, because they can't be seen, and when the enemy approaches, then they get sliced apart. Granted, with all of our units having now Stalk, it doesn't really matter all that much, but certainly something to think about. Yeah, anyway, we do still have a few tech thieves to do tech thievery. Okay, so you will not succeed, because this place is already... Yeah, how many turns do you have? 2 turns. Okay, so assuming that you'll succeed next turn, so stay here. You can wait the turn, not a big deal. Did you succeed last turn? You did, but that means you can move to Flayed Rock. Yes. You hate us for annoying the Caravan of Blue Roses, you do, but if the Black Fortress thing works out, then you won't care about that at all. Alright, what about you? Shinzo, you are also bureaucrat. Good. And Sentinels, success? Success. And that's the last one, so you're gonna have to move elsewhere, probably to one of the rat warrens. Yes. And I think that's it other than capacity check. Harmonizer, meh. And I don't care for any of these, though, wait. Bureaucrat. You know what? Briefly summon the bureaucrat here. We'll mill you, but also use you to build stuff cheaper here for one turn, because there's still some damn expensive stuff there. Yeah. Alrighty, what about anybody else? Astromancer. Hey, we got another Astromancer capacity. Solid and Tactician. I do like Tactician for the Astromancers that will be on the war compasses. I don't know which army they'll be in, but I think that's a good choice, so we will use you. Though, funnily enough, there is another bureaucrat if we want to steal tech, but there isn't really anybody close by for tech thievery. We'd have to travel a fair distance and then probably bounce between these territories up here, which is obviously a decent option. But I think we'll need to start getting at least some Astromancers in armies, so let's get this Tactician, and we'll try to increase their capacities further as well. Then, let's take a look at the Gate Masters. Hell intensity. Wise. Oh, actually, an Astromancer with Wise would also be really nice, not just because of the character XP gain, but max out spell intensity to have them be, well, really intense. Certainly something to think about. And the Satang the Watcher is the Heavenly Bowman, so maybe Astromancers, Wise Astromancers would make sense for him as well. I went for the Gate Masters with Solid here, eh? Alright, we will not mill the Gate Masters this turn because I might give more range focus Gate Masters here. And then separate these other two to go to a different army. You know what, I think I like that idea. Let's go for Weapons Specialist. It makes sense with Satang, it's on theme. And you know I like to be on theme. Anyway, let's go for the quick deals real quick. Marienburg. I am shocked that you're still alive. Absolutely shocked. I've never seen Marienburg survive in vanilla. Reichland down to 4 settlements now. Every turn we look. Poor Reichland. Their units are not going to make it into our ranks, but oh well. We have the Golden Order if we want those units. We'll accept mission from Moxia, and we'll accept mission from Moxia. We should probably try to use some of the legions as well, but none of our current armies have room. You are recruiting stuff, though. Let's see. Wait, Northern Provinces. And again, the problem is there's nothing really here that we'd want from... Oh! Actually, that's not true. Celestial Dragon Guard. We can't build those ourselves, and granted, we can essentially make Jade Warriors that are as strong as Celestial Dragon Guard. However, I want Celestial Dragon Guard to be the sort of the primary melee units for the army with the Great Longma Riders, since with the Lances of Wei Jin, it feels like they're coming out of Wei Jin, and the Celestial Dragon Guard should be there to represent the Celestial City. Or the city of the Celestial Dragon Emperor. But anyway, I believe now we can end the turn. Skip. And no new missions. See if Dolgan declare war on us. Almost tempted to just get them involved in a war against Molder, but again, we can't until we can redeclare war on them, which will happen in 6 turns, which means they'll probably declare war on us in about 3 or 4 turns. Just knowing what the AI will do. Did I not do building? Oh, I did, but only... not in all the places. Alright, briefly. Growth here. And we will go Gates of Jar. Upgrade. Then we will go Goromadny Mountains, Karak Vlag. We will go for the growth. For Dwarslav. I mean, I guess. Frankly, if the rats attack it, it won't survive, because they've got a super elite stack, but... Alrighty, Black Fortress. If we are to give this to the Ogres, it won't matter. And Carrick Doom, we will want to build... Most likely we'll be looking to give these territories to the Rats, which also means that the growth building has to be replaced with a public order building here, but this is primarily sort of a pseudo-bastion. We're not actually looking to hold any of this territory, and frankly, there's nobody to really give it to. Maybe the Dwarfs if we push up this way, but we need to send an army that way, and we can't afford an army as yet. Yeah. You know, maybe hold off for a few more turns. We can always trade it to Molder for a war later on. Yeah. Alright, I guess that's an end turn then. Alright, Dolgan, will you take this opportunity to attack us? No, the Western Provinces will attack Stone Shatter. I can't believe Stone Shatter is still alive. Yeah, sure, enter war inside of ally, but good lord. That's that little ogre camp that has been raiding Xiaoming from the very first turn of the campaign. They've been there the entire time, irritating him, and the AI refuses to do anything about it. This does not surprise me. I don't think we want Xiaoming to... Well, I guess the question is, do we want their territory? I mean, Jiaming's right here. He could probably take their territory fairly decently well. Especially if he wipes out the ogres, which he probably will do rather rapidly. I don't really care about Helmengorst's territory, minus the fact that we need to make more money, but we have other sources of territory, I guess. We could push up into the mountains here. Admittedly, he does hold fairly good territory. Is this a good idea? Maybe it is. The other reason that it might be a good idea is if these guys decide to push through Goldtooth's territory, with us not currently being allied to Goldtooth, though that'll actually change next turn. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. As long as we could take Pig Barter, it doesn't matter. Alright. And as long as there's no relics here, which I don't see. Yeah, alright. Call allies to help. Hopefully Jiaming will start moving that way. And then we'll see about Goldtooth and Dolgan more critically this turn. Dolgan will not attack us. Ah, they are moving to the Burning Monolith. Good. This works for us. What is this? Of late, 2 cats have been regular visitors to camp. A lot more than 2, but sure. The larger one, a golden-furred male, solemnly watches your soldiers train, while the other, a silvery female, is more affectionate, bringing comfort to the disaffected. Out walking late, unable to sleep, you find both in your path, gazing at you expectantly. Pet the female, recruitment cost for young units doesn't matter, and pet the male doesn't matter as well. What? Throw them down a well. Wow. Leadership plus 25%, that's it? I feel like this should be a huge buff. Neither one of these matters over much just by virtue of the fact that Tiger Warriors don't count. Of the units that we're recruiting soon that are not Tiger Warriors, I'm going to say it's probably Yang units. While we are looking to recruit some artillery, they will not be... Tier 5 won't be ready for 5 turns, and we are looking to get some Longma Riders, which are Yang, I believe. Because they're Malai. I think. Give it a try. Legion of Asgore destroyed. Beautiful. Wargrove of Woe destroyed. Krakadrin mission aborted. Constructor, the Mightiest Fortress complete. Free Astrominster's Spyglass and some garbage. Caravan completed. Icon has Cheeseburger. Good job. And that's it. Okay, now. Most critically. Oh, they're... Oh, Bhashiva. Can you reach these guys? Or are they just out of range? You can reach them. Oh, magnificent. Helmengorst has got a pretty solid stack as well. Alright, we will try an ambush on Waldemar von Deal. See if we can't annihilate one army and reduce the enemy numbers a little bit. And then hit them here. We have to rapidly move towards Pig Barter in order to claim the very lovely relic and the Pig Barter Swamp Wharf. Because why not? Alright, briefly though, before we do anything else, let us steal tech. 26? Okay, that's not... Yeah. I kind of don't like the success chance either, but give it a try. I also want to note that these guys are all immediately going towards us, despite the fact that they've been at war with Nurgle for like 50 turns, and they've not completed that war. But they're like, you know what? Now that we can attack the player, now we'll bend all of our forces to actually doing so. Also, I noticed that how are you losing any territory? Look at the armies that the AI is spamming. Doomseekers, Hammerers, and Giant Slayers. What a ridiculous force that the AI... Oh, this is how they're losing armies. The Auto-Resolve would hate this army. Slayer Pirates and Goblin Hewers. Yeah, okay. That explains that. How are we doing out here, incidentally? I see Sail the Faithless is back, maybe no longer moving northward, which we will have to deal with, but for now, we got a lot of fighting to fight. So, Gate Master, let's level you. You got 5 points to level. I have not yet decided on these. I'm most likely actually going to go for Protective Oversight, because while I do like the restock offered by Volley Master, frankly, it's probably not enough to be significant for the number of stalkers that we have. Get an extra volley on one of them. Is that a big enough deal for us to care about? I'm not so sure. You are generally deployed with the ranged units, meaning I think we'll go for Drill Disciple and move towards Wall Veteran. So Drill Disciple into Masterful Shot into Wall Veteran. You, Astromancer. Let's go for Earthing and then Chain Lightning. I don't dislike Chain Lightning. Claw Speaker. Definitely a second point in regrowth. Although, funnily enough, Dollars Below would be really nice against the zombies, but I'm sure we'll be fine. And damage walls, I guess. Again, not super relevant. Bhashiva, you are looking pretty good. Pretty good. Let's get you Devastating Charge, which maxes out your personal fighting capabilities and leaving you with 13 points to play with. Meaning we could put 2 points into Wind Harmony and Range Discipline, and still get access to Lightning Strike and the Great Bastion, and I guess 1 point into Skyfire. Or if we get Lightning Strike or Quartermaster, we don't push all the way to Great Bastion. We could forgo Skyfire, and the slight, extremely slight buff that it gives to the Celestial Lions. Which is kind of not worth it, to be perfectly honest. I like it. Yeah, but she was surprisingly not as hungry for points as I was expecting. Anyway, let's try Waldemar von Deal. Either this works or it doesn't. Either way, we're fighting a lot of enemies. Alright, the first ambush is successful. Lovely. And these zombies will be cut apart very easily. I'm almost tempted to auto-resolve it, but I don't think we can trust the auto-resolve right before fighting 2 stacks, so we're going to have to fight it manually. Go.
Stay light on your feet. They cannot kill what they cannot catch.
Honestly, most of these are zombies, so I'm not sure that they could kill what they can catch. Actually, you don't even need to be light on your feet for them to not catch you. They are zombies, after all. And, well, it's good to see them, because no campaign would be complete, at least in my opinion, without fighting copious amounts of undead. Unfortunately for them, this ambush is going to be very much not in their favor. The massive piles of anti-infantry units of Tiger Warriors are going to absolutely tear those poor zombies and skeleton warriors and what have you apart. This is the ideal situation for them, especially as the enemy is lightly armored, and like most of the Dulax infantry, this is what these guys excel at. I suppose most dual weapon infantry, not just axes, whether it be axe or blade. And tactically, there really isn't anything to say about this. Bhashiva has gone and I believe already killed the enemy lord wherever he was on his little corpse cart. Cut him down. And now it's just a matter of cutting down the rest of his troops, which will actually fade away and crumble extremely quickly. I'm always shocked to see how quickly undead crumble in vanilla, because in SFO it takes a lot longer for them. The crumbling begins, but there is some time while they can still fight and crumble. And then in vanilla, they're just 1 second they're all there, and then 2 seconds later they're all gone. It's very strange, but nonetheless, fun little ambush. Alright, it was a race to see who could kill the most zombies, and by the looks of it, with 126 kills and 17,000 damage, Death That Purrs is a very appropriately named unit. We got 1 loss. Unfortunately, one of the Perfect Warriors died to a hit from the enemy lord, but otherwise no problem at all. And we could bring that 1 unit back up if we really wanted to, though. Just for the principle, we should heal it up. Otherwise, good work for everybody. Yeah, we don't really need the XP, do we? Yeah. Like so. Yeah, a few of those units survived, but, well, I'm willing to bet that they won't survive for long. And, oh, right, I gotta remember that we have the reduction in speed, weapon strength, and all that. And, ooh, armor of silvered steel. Not a bad pickup, I have to say. Then, Bhashiva, you have leveled up, so real quick, let's grab you that ranged discipline. And the claw speaker will grab you damage to walls, like so. And I guess before we attack again, let's separate the attacking and the non-attacking. So let's see what else we have as options. First of all, armies of Xiangyang, or more specifically, Jiaoming goals. Fight against enemies of Jiaoming, capture Karak Ungor. It's reasonable, but frankly, these goals have generally speaking been relatively unreasonable, so I'm gonna say we'll do this. Not Tiger Court. We will go first to Jiaoming's goals. We will accept Karak Ungor. Then we will abandon it. Then we will accept Crooked Moon. Then we will abandon it. Then we will accept the 10-turn thing. Why did I do it like this? Because if another one appears, like we can start going through this, but if another one appears that's good for us, we can just abandon this one and go immediately for that. Like something like, you know, kill Helman Gorst, or take Pig Barter, or something that we're going to do anyway. You know what I mean? That makes sense. Anyway, let's see what we got. You are probably going to go into one of these armies. You are probably also going to go into one of these armies. So you guys stay here and get ready. Be prepared.
The Lord Magistrate stands ready.
We got another trained gate master. If only I remembered where I sent the first trained gate master. Damn it. Oh, damn it. Okay, I think it's one of these guys. I'm not 100% sure. It's not a big deal, but it's gonna bother me if we have trained gate master. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, fair enough. So we'll make another one of these up here somewhere. Unless you're trained out, you're a martial artist. Alright, so you go up here. Keep an eye on what's going on up there. You're going up this way. Good. We'll get the other trained gate master here as soon as we have capacity, which will be next turn unless I'm mistaken. Then we will want to double check the alchemists. A trained alchemist, funnily enough, which isn't a bad option either. The melee attack and defense is useless, but otherwise, not the horrible option. A horrible option, not that we have capacity or capacity. Oh, now we get the frickin' wise one. I wanted to get the wise one is even better for the compasses. Okay, so I guess we just need the capacity. Then building wise, we have nothing here. This turn at any rate, nothing here. This turn at any rate, and then something here. Meaning you will go back here. Next turn, we'll be able to recruit in droves, so that'll be good. And you actually need a third one of those. Because I don't think we'll ever complete enough missions to actually, you know, get them of our own. Let's do that. And I might try to pick up a few of these guys to join the Grace of Choi Yin as well. You're here with this, which is about to be milled. Let's see what we have in terms of buildings. We should, in theory, build an Ironclaw Barracks because it's doubling up on the Claw Speaker capacity. We don't need anything else here. Yeah. I mean, I'm almost tempted to build the defenses, but in theory we shouldn't need them. Tiger Warrior Den. And I guess this thing? It gives us research rate, if nothing else. But this does give us capacity, though. And it's not like we'll be... Actually, I was about to say, it's not like we'll be recruiting from here, but... Oh! We can't actually build these yet, or these, because we need stage 4 within the armies of Xiangyang. And we can't reach it because we need 1 million more Jiaoming goals. Oh, that is... I don't like that. It's because it's taking so long to actually get those going. Well, that's really unfortunate. I was expecting to build these right now, but I didn't realize. Huh. Go figure. We also don't need the growth here anymore, do we? Meaning we can actually build both things, assuming we delete the growth structure. And does reduce recruitment cost, but otherwise, yeah, I'd rather have the capacities. So let's do this, and then we'll build the other thing as well. And the other growth buildings are no longer necessary here either. Which means two things. First of all, this is fine as it is. This growth building will be deleted for a control building or a capacity building. It ultimately won't matter much. We will want balanced harmony then. Meaning we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. So we will need the control building here. Unless we want to build the defenses just to make sure the Blood Peak doesn't get destroyed by anything. Which is also a distinct possibility. It would actually allow us to put the Jade Muster here, and Alright, well, ultimately what that means is we'll be building stuff here next turn, so we'll keep this alchemist as a bureaucrat for now. Almost tempted to keep him... You know what? Go into this army for a bit. There you go. You're another bureaucrat, and I may keep you and I may delete you. As soon as we need more alchemist capacity, or as soon as we find one that's crafty. Okay, so you're good. You are going northward to join those armies. You are going to Steel Tech if you are... Ugh. Success is low. What about you? This is low. And, I thought it was one turn that we couldn't steal. Or is this throughout the province? Maybe it is throughout the province. Oh. But there's nowhere else to move. So even though there's a decent chance that some of you may die, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, so just give it a try. Every single one of you. I can't believe you got 2 successes, I'm shocked. 3 successes, wow, okay. Quite impressive, I gotta say, specialist. Alrighty, then, while we're on that, let us move you away from Goldtooth to Darkhold. You can keep bouncing between the... Oh, wait, no, you're good. Alrighty, and I believe that's it other than... You're good, you're good? Yeah, okay, those are good. Alright, then... we are no longer in our own territory, so Black Fortress, Goldtooth. This should be worth a decent amount to you. Indeed it is. I don't want a full military alliance with you, I think, because I don't want to get drawn into stuff, though it will increase our... Yeah, maybe. Alright, fine. Trade agreement, military alliance, military access. Sadly, no money. But we'll have access to everything you have, and thus they won't have to deal with us. Unfortunately, he will keep the relic, but hopefully we can just find another relic somewhere. Hopefully. Discovered concealed. Concealed? I didn't even know that was a thing. What the heck? Okay, well. Do it.
You Cathay.
Lovely. And we will immediately build an outpost. Yes, iron guts for... Ooh, and giants, lead belchers. There's some good stuff in here. Grimtop, I guess, or do we want to go for the Great Hollow Greases? Let's go for the Great Hollow Greases. It's a principle of the thing. You know what it should do? There should be a mechanic whereby if you build an outpost in a relic location, you get the relic. That should really be a mechanic, right? Also, correct Kadrin. I would like you to... Yeah, go for Helmengorst. Lovely. Alright, that worked out, and all it cost us was the Black Fortress, which I don't really care about. Tier 5 or not, and frankly, they may very well lose it to the rats, who I'm sure don't like them very much anymore. You just gotta make sure that they... Yeah, they're friendly with us, just gotta make sure that they don't ally with... Oh, you know what I should have done? You should be willing to do this now. No, not even... Okay, that's not happening. If we give them Darkhold, we should be able to get them to break that alliance. Also, you are friendly with these guys, yes? And yes. Okay, Bhashiva might not like them, but, well, I'm sure she'll like them well enough since they're handy in a fight. Quick save, because we are going into the Tiger Court. I don't think we've crashed from the Tiger Court, but I no longer trust the game, so yeah. Way of the Thousand Gods, Devote Relic.
Our traditions are
I don't really care about the global
passed
recruitment
through
increase.
our actions.
I would really like a local recruitment increase, but it's better than nothing. And hey, Devote 4 Relics, we succeeded with the mission thing. Beautiful. We've read this one. Do we get a new one? At least not now. Be at war with the Dolgan. I don't think this is part of our actual quests, though. We have to do the frickin' Zhao Ming goals, which is... it's going to take forever. Anyway, Bhashiva, go into... You want to do a regular stance rather than ambush stance, maybe? Because to fight them all at once, we'll still rush them. Yeah, you know what? Go for the non-ambush stance this time. Why not? Hopefully he fights. Watch him run. I'd be annoyed. No, he will not run. Beautiful. Alright, I am excited for a proper fight with Bhashiva versus Helmengorst, although he stands no chance. And frankly, on that corpse cart, Bhashiva probably won't run around him in a circle. Die.
Make me proud, brothers and sisters. Remind these wretches of our
Alrighty, here we go. The first battle was just a warm-up. This should be a much better one with things like Blood Knights and all in here. We're gonna start the battle off by actually keeping all of our flyers together and starting to knock out those support units, the enemy necromancers. In the same way that the AI loves to target our war drums, we're going to have to try to target their necromancers. The first one gets mobbed by our flyers and torn to shreds rather rapidly. There we go, though Blood Knights do move in to try to intercept or help it out. Not so sure that's going to help them out all that much, however. And ooh, their Vargeists are coming in as well, but at the same time our main line has hit the enemy. Our Guandao unit over on the right flank to prevent the Crypt Horrors, Crypt Hulks, and the Blood Knights as well from doing too much damage to our infantry. All the while Bhashiva is cutting apart Mr. Helman Gorst, who is down to about 20% of his HP and obviously stands no chance whatsoever. Frankly, I'm shocked he's even managed to damage Bhashiva. Yeah, being on a cart and relatively immobile against a teleporting, super fast running lord like this, not going to go so well for you by any means. And he begins to crumble. Lovely. But there is another corpse cart to take care of. On the bright side, the first of the Blood Knights and the Crypt Hulks are getting torn to shreds over on the right flank. The Guandao holding them back, though, with a little bit of help from some of the Stalkers and Tigermen. Tiger Warriors, rather. I mean, pretty much the same situation is repeating itself all across the battlefield, though there are some Blood Knights wheeling around still and attempting to dish out damage, and ain't going so well. Reinforcements have arrived on the battlefield and are looking to, well, reinforce, and in fact, with the fast movers, the Crypt Hulks, the Black Knights, and the Bats, our pile of Tiger Warriors is surrounded here. And there is a fair few monstrous infantry units, so many of these guys are being sent flying. And they're just gonna have to do their best fighting back to back. Fortunately, with the heals, the mantra of invigoration, and the various Earthbloods and buffs that we have, even our regular Tiger Warriors have 104 melee defense, solid armor, and I'm willing to bet can hold ground even with the relative lack of anti-large. Though there are plenty more infantrymen moving in, so we'll have plenty of those to fight as well. Bhashiva working her way through the other units of zombies to try to kill the last of the necromancers on field. Of course, a vampire lord has arrived, as well as, I don't know what leads the other reinforcements. That's just a garrison reinforcement, so that's fine. Alright. Oh, that's a corpse cart, not a necromancer. I mean, technically corpse carts have necromancers on them as well, but it's not a necromancer hero or lord. You get it. And Bhashiva will actually let you go. Not on purpose, though. Had to cut down a few more of those poor little zombos. And one more hit. No, actually, several more hits. We'll take out that corpse cart, though, and we are still very much in the fight. Tactically, though, similar to the other fight, there isn't too much to say about this. We've just got to cut down droves on droves of enemies. The sort of dark map, unfortunately, makes it a little bit difficult to see the actual contest, but we can see the sort of balefire glow go out for unit after unit as the Tiger Warriors take out the undead. Alright, it looks like another Necromancer is down to 10% of his HP. The Lord is, there he goes. The Lord is fading fast, and it looks like the enemy army has begun to shatter. Our aerial superiority established ironically on the ground as our majestic celestial lions tear the enemy Vargeists to shreds. The rest of the army shatters, and with that, the battle is ours. Close victory. I don't know by what measure that was a close victory. I guess I'm sure we used some mana, but yeah, nice fight. Alrighty, there we go. Dead men no longer walking as the tigers tear them to shreds. Once again, we get massive numbers of kills on all of our anti-infantry Tigers, and by the looks of it, let's see here. Death at Purrs wins in terms of damage dealt, but just loses out to the Thundercats in terms of kills and damage dealt to the gold value, so them pretty even. The Jet Lions are, well, mostly there to anchor the line and buff stuff, and frankly, them, disrupt enemy casting, physical resistance reductions. They're effectively support units here, and they're providing a lot of value, I'm sure. Keep in mind, we've been doing all this without a War Drum, which would have also been really helpful, but I think we're okay. And I still think that we could use an Alchemist to give everybody magical attacks, but at the same time, it's not like we've been super reliant on it, and so far doing pretty darn okay. For the Stalkers, by a pretty big margin, it's the Crouching Tigers, and the Perfect Warriors always do pretty well as well. Ooh, Bhashiva reaches rank 40 and personally cuts down Helman Gorst, as well as a number of Blood Knights and other Necromancers. We will take the guess money. We'll have to chase down these little armies, which means little tiny bits of auto resolve, which might damage us. So you know what? I'm gonna say actually venerate and heal. These guys will still have to be destroyed after all, and then these guys will have to be destroyed. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, enables poison attacks, but that's fine. Bhashiva, this is not too bad for you. Water Snake Breeder, Deepwood Branch. I was about to say I don't really care for it, but at the same time, the units that'll be flying on the Sky Lanterns, the Heroes and Lords, will be vulnerable to range fire, so it's not the worst thing in the world. You go after this guy. Don't ambush, because that would... Wait, I thought you reached rank 40. Why did you lie to me, game? Why does the game lie? Everybody else lies. Why must the game lie, too? Anyway, auto-resolve. Yeah, alright. This better not damage our single entities. It does a little bit, and we'll heal them up a little bit. Alright, leadership on Fighting Vamps. Fu Hung Monk, good. Really? Naming some random dinky little Necromancer Abarash, spelt wrong, but nonetheless. It's the principle of the thing. Then, what do we have here? It's pretty garbage, to be perfectly honest. We should be able to just take Ruin's End. The rudely named Ruin's End, mind you. Oh, now you've reached rank 40, which means another point in Mentor. Oh, I forgot to calculate the point attribution with Mentor in mind, meaning if we take Wind Harmony, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. We'd have to choose between Lightning Strike and Quartermaster. Or Alert for the addition... Oh, right, it only provides a sandwich defense chance, which is not as useful. Meaning we are free to take Wind Harmony. No, we are not. The reason we are not is because if we want the final point in Mentor, we'd have to sacrifice either Wind Harmony or the Great Bastion. And this army is fairly expensive, actually, and it'll actually get a lot more expensive because we're going to put the Ironclaw, well, only a couple in this army because the Sawai are, we're going to buff them more than Bhashiva will. Still, something to think about. Anyway, go kill this. And to resolve it, we don't need to, tear through those zombies again. I assume this guy's going to survive? Yeah, he's going to have a few units alive. Maybe I should have gone after him first. We could sack the place because it's probably pretty poorly... Hey, you know what? Sack it so you could kill this guy and then retake it. Sack. Chase. Retake. Hopefully he didn't move so far that it gets... Okay, now we should be okay. Bhashiva regains a lot of movement range after all. Free Silkweaver as well is always a nice pickup. And a free... Whoa, Ascendant Blade of something. Sounds good. I didn't get to read the stats, but... Wait, were we already that badly damaged? Okay, my bad. That could have been dangerous. Watch us lose all of our single entities. We should heal to full, but what if Kugath comes in and attacks us next turn? Hey, another Trickster Shard. Magnificent pickup. Absolutely magnificent. Occupy. And another Ruby Ring of Ruin. Those fireballs will be more useful on our single entities. Don't collect the income here because it's been sacked. Is this our first port? Do tigers have special ports or are these regular ports? It just says seaport. I'm just named a tiger port or something. Come on, game. And yeah, these guys still have not defeated Kugath. But I do want those Dragon Isles. And this is why I was worried about drawing Jiao Ming into it, but hopefully he'll get bogged down fighting stuff here. Ogres are not in this, as yet, and frankly... They are not super friendly with each other anyway, so that should in theory be fine. Also, are we at 2 moving caravans? No. You're both returning to capital because you acquired the the relic out of Myrmidons. You are moving for 5 more turns, meaning we have to send the Augusta... Oh, right, this is the caravan that got eaten. There's nothing here. Though admittedly the questing knights have replaced the Longmar riders, so funnily enough it's almost the same, but it also had 2 tiger warriors in addition to those peasants. If we make a new caravan, you would have 3 tiger warriors and 2 tiger warrior stalkers, and wow, this is just spamming tigers. I do like that. We've been spamming tigers ourselves for a fair bit. So I could send you out, Raghav. See if you survive. And not get ambushed. We're already traveling to Karazakarak. I'm gonna say Drakenhof. We want the Iron Favor more than we want the money now. Increase army capacity and all of that. More recruiters, more delivery armies and all of that, since we need them. Otherwise we have to use global recruitment, and I don't want to, basically. You could also try traveling all the way to Nullen, although the route taking... How many turns does this take? It's actually not clear. 9, okay. 9 versus 6. Actually, this is kind of worth it if you manage to survive. Will you manage to survive? I don't know. You have to travel, unfortunately, through a territory that is... Yeah, you know what? No, you won't survive because the Bone Rattlers will kill you at this location. Or this location. Or this location. Yeah. Alright, Drakenhof it is. Good luck. Try not to die. Okay. Now. I assume you'll be able to reach Pigbarter in 1 turn. You will not. That's a bit of unfortunate. Maybe you should have left one little army alive because it might have moved here and we might have been able to then take it out. Oh, wow. Yeah, it looks like the AI is spamming its elite units everywhere pretty much at this point. Not the undead, mind you, but, well, they're not supposed to. Alrighty, what about you guys? You will, I presume, be able to reach this place in 1 turn, so everybody move forward towards Moxia. And wait. The Burning Monolith is not a capital region. Oh, he only had the Burning, the Writhing Fortress left, rather. Huh. Well, sucks to be you, or have been you, Archie. You're dead now, so it doesn't matter. Alright, I take it these guys are moving towards this place. So you guys, you heroes, are moving to where you're supposed to. Have we gained vision of the Demons of Chaos? What are the Demons of Chaos? Oh yeah, they're by themselves. Alright, they are strength rank 37, they are... Okay. Dolgan. It is time. So, what we want to do here is declare war on the Legion of Chaos, because they're probably the most close in terms of proximity, and then leave the Dolgan to them and these guys, which will hopefully keep the Dolgan sending armies northward. I really don't like how Sale is sitting here. It's making me nervous. It's not surprising, but it does make me nervous. Yeah, we'll do this. We won't declare war on... Actually, if we ask Jiao Ming to join, while the war is active, it would count as an active war and thereby help complete our missions. Alright, fine. Declare war. We will ask Rakujan Golden in the Western Provinces for help. I'm glad that they didn't say no. Then... Dolgan, we will transfer you the Writhing Fortress, which we had no intention of keeping for ourselves.
You are unfit to be fodder, let alone...
Exactly, we're unfit to be fodder, therefore you should not bother with us, go kill other things. Then you must join the war against Legion of Chaos. Lovely. And you must give us all your money. Again, it does give him a tier 5 settlement, so he can't complain. Is there any agreements that he has with anybody? No, he's by himself. We have set him against all the forces of chaos, and admittedly, again, it is working out well for him. I mean, look how much territory he controls, in large part thanks to us. We're kind of creating our own endgame scenario where we eventually get into a war with him, which I find hilarious. Yeah, let's do this.
You have chosen.
There you go, buddy. Enjoy your war against those guys. I was actually hoping to trade them the Burning Monolith, but if that's their last territory, it's not worth much, so hopefully he doesn't just randomly peace out with the Legion or Demons of Chaos. And they don't like each other that much, but they don't really hate each other either. That's the problem. They're still at war with the Kulan, these guys, though, so that should be fine. Besides, we have rats to kill, so I really don't want to go further into the Chaos Wastes. Again, I was fully intending to... Oh! Delete this, we'll replace it with another money building, and then maybe this will be worth more to the Dolgan. And then the same situation with the rats here at Stormvrak Mountain Co., hopefully before they declare war on us. So I think now it's time to do this. Peasant huts and peasant huts. To transfer them because they count as military structures. They don't like the... Oh! You guys are not super friendly. That's not great. It's not surprising, but it is somewhat concerning because they're both our military allies and hopefully they don't declare war on each other. Because then we'll have to choose who we also eat. That's life, I guess. Eater, eat, whatever. Eat or eat. Come on, everyone. Alrighty, I guess we're good. Anyway, skip. I think we're done with this turn, unless I'm mistaken. You're fine where you are. We'll check the capacities next turn, or I'll check the capacities next turn. Oh, you could in theory recruit more Tigers. And do we just spam 1,000,000 Tiger Warrior Stalkers? Again, since they don't cost capacities, or they don't cost us any kind of capacity, that's why I'm thinking that they will make good defenders. We could get some Ironclaw Tiger Warriors here. The main problem is that they take 4 turns to build, so I think we'll just build up a full stack of these in Kybir's army for now, and then at the same time start building up the Tiger Warrior Den, which will A, allow us to recruit them directly, and B, allow us to recruit Ironclaw Tigers here as well. Granted, this location doesn't have the upkeep reduction, but eventually we'll just swap armies around and it'll deal with it. Also, you will be upgradable to tier 4 now. Lovely. Tier 5 will probably never happen because it takes 1,000,000 turns, but that's fine. This all works for me. And I think the rest of this is good. The recruitment is happening, the heroes have moved, the diplomacy is, I presume, done, as there are no further confederations or anything of that nature. Eastern River Lords, please lose your last army. I would really love that lead temple. Skip, and then the turn. Alright. I gotta pick up that relic at Pig Barter because it'll allow us to get to tier 3. And then we'll have to find 4 more relics somewhere, though at this point they... Well, we were expecting that. For Molder as well. I take it they're going to move to the Tower of Gorgoth immediately. A little bit annoying, but it is what it is. I assume that we can cause all of our allies to go into this as well, so yes. Maybe they'll go after Goldtooth. Though I take it they're moving northward. But it was always an inevitability that we get into a war with those rats. And it's one of the reasons we're currently recruiting an army where Satan currently is, so he'll have to move out shortly. Despite the terrible losses. Anyway, break the blockade is a bunch of garbage chaos dwarfs, so we should have no problem here. Tony the Tiger is not losing even a single unit of peasants to this. Break the blockade. And we should just auto-resolve this. I should imagine there should be no issue here. Yeah, alright. Auto-resolve is probably going to hurt our peasant horse, but meh. Yeah, unsurprising. And the regular peasants. And then you can actually heal up for a fair bit. Ally begins Apple's construction. Stone Shatter destroyed. Stone Shatter shattered. And hello, final battle, the end of the hunt, at last unlocked. Oh, I was wondering if it would unlock before we have to deal with this nonsense with fulfilling of Zhao Ming's goals, but it looks like we're able to unlock it before that, which means we don't actually have to wait like 50 more turns in order to get that going, which I'm just so happy about. Let's see what this says. Or do we read it before we fight it? Yeah, we should read it before we fight it. Which will be in a little bit. Ooh, free messenger for Tony the Tiger Caravan. Allegiance. Okay, we cannot afford to lose that. I'm actually tempted to give Tony the Tiger a item set, but let's put this on you because Shui, Zhang, and the bureaucrats are always going to be sort of in our own territory where they should in theory be safe as long as these guys remain friendly. We just got to get these guys to give up this territory and we should be good. Alright, either way, Bhashiva. Yeah, you cannot reach Pig Barter, unfortunately. You probably can't even raid there, unfortunately. This isn't the Plague guy, is it? This is Warlock Engineer. Okay, it looks like we're okay. You will go right to the edge of our territory, then. Hit Pig Barter next turn, grab that relic. You guys still have to move, so go to Flayed Rock now. And I take it Zhao Ming will indeed start moving here, so we'll need to rapidly move down here while trying not to get killed by the rats. Fortunately, the Tower of Gorgoth has constructed its first defenses. Unfortunately, regardless of that, The rats will probably still have a pretty good time here because they are, well, they're numerous. They probably have multiple stacks moving towards us here as we speak. And unfortunately, because... Oh, I clicked this without quick saving, but it didn't crash. Oh, I would have been so sad. And, ooh, firing rocket, capture Karakazorn. That's not happening, game. That's not happening. We're allied with him now. Frickin'. And frankly, you're allied... Well, you're not trading with him, but the northern provinces love Goldtooth. They've been trading for a while and all that, so yeah, that's not happening. It's just plain not. And these guys, most likely looking to declare war upon us as well, shortly. Declare war in 4 turns. Yeah, again, the AI completely ignores that constantly, and it's infuriating that it is able to do so, but what can you do? Especially considering the player suffers just a huge malice for doing that, but the AI just doesn't ever care. I guess you're going this way. And you should be just able to reach this to get the attack going. Gandari, I'll have you lead, I guess? Yes, Burning Monolith, which should wipe Archie out. Territory is probably not worth a lot, and frankly, while there are some nice troops in there, they're not worth fighting. If this army alone beats them quite handily, there's no need for the rest to do anything. You go here. And I'm a little bit worried about these guys, but let's just hope that they don't die to this. You go here. And wait. I put the second inured guy in here, right? Inured 1. Inured... Why are you ahead of the... That's good. Wait, you're not able to go into an camp stance, are you? In fact, you're not able to go into any stance. I'm going to say do... Get out. And go in. Preparedness drills. Yes, and oh, right, we have to wait for you. Oh, wait, actually, optimize logistics, maybe? Yeah, let's do optimize logistics for you. We had to get you out of this army anyway in order to do that. Ah, okay, good. And optimize logistics. There you go, alright, I'm glad I did that. It was completely on purpose, rest assured. And then the alchemist, replenish troops, metallurgic, refining. That's you, right? Yes. Okay, so that looks good. I don't have to do that with the rest of these armies, do I? You have alchemic hardening. You, Gatemaster, just don't have any of these as yet, but it's also not clear whether you're going to be the Gatemaster that's in this particular army. You are martial artist, and therefore we'll put you into Chudu's army for now, but it's not clear whether you're going to stay there.
Will of the dragons.
Like so. Alright, let's auto-resolve this now. Decisive victory. I presume nobody will die or suffer extremely severe casualties, because, yeah, they shouldn't. But then... I guess we could sack it, but we might also just want to keep the... Huh, actually, wait, no, you know what? Sack it. And some of the... Yeah. Last time we sacked it, we were able to immediately encamp, but alas, not the case here. Out of these guys, however, this army has more troops and therefore should not suffer attrition, meaning we'll have you occupy. Like so, and with that, the war host of the apocalypse is destroyed. Lovely. Ally mission successful, enemy killed in battle, another forbidden rod, good, another potion of toughness, also good. You guys can't raid or anything? No. I'm just going to channeling, I guess. And we still have the cool to destroy, and a decent likelihood of them actually moving southward. You will then proceed towards the cool and hopefully the demons of chaos, and we'll trade you this territory. Then, since the rats are coming, we want them... If we give you, for example, the Pillar of Skulls, would you be willing to fight anybody here? How do you feel about each other? Not great. So there's Azazel and there's Wintertooth, and neither of them are allied. Let's declare war on Azazel, but not ask these guys to... Well, actually, they're far enough away that it shouldn't matter, and it's still being at war with these guys, so maybe. Declare war on Azazel, and yeah, do it.
There are those.
And we will also want to declare war on Wintertooth. Where's Wintertooth? Oh, right, the Deceivers still exist. They'll probably break one of our alliances. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't have sent caravans through their territory. But what can you do? And declare war on Wintertooth. Oh, they're strength rank 12. Ooh, if we can get Molder to fight them, that would be just great. Maybe even get the Cool to fight them. Anyway, declare war on Wintertooth. Wait, they're fighting the Vanaheimlings, but not the Shadow Legion? Meaning the Shadow Legion has been wiped out by Wintertooth? Wow, Throg. It is the age of the beast. Well done. Well, yeah, we're freaking Tigermen. What do you call this if not the age of the beast? Go figure. I wonder how Throg would feel about Tigermen in general. Huh. They are beastmen. So, anyway. we'll call allies to help. Alright, beautiful. Then, on the back of that, Molder, we will give you Stormwrack Mount or Pillar of Skulls. I don't really care. Wait. Yeah, Stormwrack Mount or Pillar of Skulls. We want the Monolith of Bubonicus to go to the Cool, meaning we'll build the peasant huts there. You. Pillar of Skulls. Stormwrack Mount is worth 85. Pillar of Skulls is worth 85. They're the same, so it doesn't matter. Join War Against. Start war with Karakadrin, but join war against Wintertooth. Minus 15. They are strong, it does make sense. What about Azazel, the Ecstatic Legions? Yeah, the Shadow Legions are still alive. Legion, rather. Minus 3? You gotta be kidding me. Might have to give them 1 territory in order to get the war declaration going. I was not expecting that. Well, alright, fine. We'll have you not join the war against the Ecstatic Legion. In theory, one of these territories is damaged, right? It is Stormwrack Mount, so we'll give you Stormwrack Mount. For free, and by free I mean 18,000 gold. And we will... Huh, do you have any agreements with anybody? You do not. Alright, we'll do this. Rakadrin's not going to be happy about the gift, but it is what it is. Stormwrack Mount. Then, we will give you the Pillar of Skulls, which is now worth 90, which should be just enough not to declare war on Goldtooth, unfortunately, but to declare war on... I'll just check Wintertooth again. Minus 10. Yeah, I'm not going to give you 69,000 gold there, Molder. And we'll go for Ecstatic Legions. And 1 gold, I guess. Like so. Alrighty, hopefully that diverts them instead of immediately declaring war on us, but it very well might not. We shall have to see. After we take out Cool, we're heading back southward either way. In preparation for when they attack us. And then if they do declare war on us, we'll try to sick the Cool on them as well, because there's territories here. Granted, it would mean another massive border with the Cool, but frankly, the way that we've been pushing them northward, there's a decent likelihood it's going to happen anyway. Alright. Some interesting diplomacy in this particular campaign, you gotta admit, for those that enjoy the diplomatic aspects of the game. Anyway, let's go for the Claw Speaker Shrine, let's go for the Warden Arsenal, and I forgot what I was going to build here. I think it was the defenses, right? 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, and then either defenses here for 6, or... Yeah, defenses here for 6 would allow us to build one of these. The other option would be either growth or public order / control, but it's not super necessary here. Yeah. Oh. I didn't delete you. Oh, damn it. Okay. My bad. I was supposed to do that, I do admit. Okay, wait. If we delete you, we still have to replace you, so you still are in need of the same kind of structure. Yeah, I'm not willing to risk a tier 5 settlement to a random beastman army that spawns here and that we can't do anything about, so I think we'll just build the archer platforms. But we'll go for the ramparts here for the Yang Harmony, because we are looking to go into zeroing out the Yin Harmony. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6. Then here we are free to build a capacity. Wait. Yeah, local tradable... Oh. Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Okay. I freaking had to do basic math in my head, and it's awful. 2 + 2 is harder than you think. Anyway, I believe we are good. Alright, you know what? There is a little bit more admin to do, but I think I've had enough admin for this particular episode, and by that I mean you guys have had enough of me yammering about it, and the gears in my brain very, very slowly working. So I will take care of the rest of that between the episodes, move the heroes for tech thievery, check other heroes, etc., etc. When we come back, we'll be ready to end the turn, and see whether the Molder attack us this turn or not. Maybe look into getting one of our armies or splitting this one and sending it southward. This also has me kind of concerned, because Titan's Notch wouldn't be able to defend itself. And again, it is decently likely to happen. Although, who knows, maybe they will not attack us, maybe they will. Find out next time on Bhashiva and the Tigermen. Stay tuned for more. All glory to the algorithm. Likes and comments below to determine campaign length. And thanks for watching.